So it's good for all of you to come. What we'll do is we'll have the congressman maybe share some thoughts about his trip, and then maybe we'll get rid of this podium so we can all just sit here and have a discussion that's a little more informal. So, okay. All right. Or do you want everyone to go? Well,
yeah. Why don't we go around? I know some. Dr. Larry Bradley, veteran, United States Army, was commander of the American GI Forum for about 5-6 years. Community advocate.
I'm J.R. Richardson from Bellevue University, as director of the Military Veteran Services Center.
I'm Bob Henson, retired Air Force. I run the National Strategic Research Institute for the University of Nebraska, supporting instructor.
Joe Snyder, I'm with the Returning Veterans Resource Network, also a combat vet of Vietnam, and I work peer support, volunteer at the VE also.
I'm the executive director for the Brain Injury Association of Nebraska. We've actually put together a Veterans Brain Injury Task Force, and we talk about a lot more than brain injury, but we do a lot of trainings to community service providers to help them have a better understanding about some of the needs of veterans as they return.
And I'm Sharon Robino West. I'm with the Women's Center for Advancement. I'm a Marine Corps veteran and the mother of a combat veteran. And I manage the self-sufficiency and military women's programs there.
I'm Kay Schneider. I'm with the Returning Veterans Resource Center.
Sir Brian Line. I'm currently working with the Family Services at East Program. That's for military veterans and retired Army.
I'm Harrison Johnson. I'm the president of the Veterans Student Organization at the University of Nebraska Omaha, and I work with the Office of Military and Veteran Services there.
Randy Sparr, currently the president of the chapter here at PVA Carolina Veterans of America, right here on Maple Street. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, I'm just a student at UNO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Jim Rogers from our office is back here. Andy Hale.
Andy Hale, part of the military liaison. Thanks, you guys. I think I talked to most of us.
My colleague in the legislature for a number of years and our district director. Where to start? Well, this actually is my second listening tour event. The first one was at Bagram outside of Kabul, and I've just been honored, so honored to be able to have gone to what is a theater of war at this point, where we are preparing, the attacks that are going to be necessary to destroy ISIS in the coming months. And I went with 3 of my colleagues. There are only 4 of us that were on the trip, and Joe Wilson from South Carolina, who's a veteran, a member of Congress, Elise Safranek, who is from upstate New York, from Albany area, and Seth Moulton, I'm sorry, from the Boston area. So we toured throughout the area. Had the opportunity to meet with some Nebraskans at Bagram. In fact, interestingly enough, Don Butner, who you may remember, Amanda, was actually in the state patrol guarding the legislature. We needed a guard there for sure. Don was served in that capacity while we were over the last several years in the legislature, and is now over working in intelligence at Bagram. So it was great to see him. He just showed up, and it was wonderful to see him again. So many comments that I could make. First and foremost is just the exceptionalism of our troops. It is heartwarming, and many other emotions go through your mind and your heart as you talk to these troops. I mean, they're only, of course, 2,500 military personnel. There are some contractors, but 2,500 military personnel in Iraq, and about 12,000 remaining in Afghanistan. And they are, for that small a number, they're doing amazing work. We're flying, as you know, many sorties every day out of Abu Dhabi and other bases against ISIS in the north and west of Iraq and in Syria. We had the opportunity to visit with the new president of Afghanistan, who had a connection with UNO, the new Tom Gutierrez, who run the Afghan Studies program, and he wanted to make sure, President Ghani wanted to make sure that I give Tom his best. But he's addressing the corruption issues in the Afghan military. He fired 97 generals, literally within the first 2 months of taking office, to really cleanse the military in Afghanistan. He's working with the Pakistanis and even others in the area to try to open up some communications with the Taliban so that there possibly could be some kind of a negotiated settlement. We're not going to have a negotiated settlement with ISIS. We're going to have to take these people out, and that's what certainly what your comrades, our military, told me, and that they are firming up the Iraqi army. There are 300,000 personnel in the Iraqi army. They have a Green Beret force, obviously, and an Air Force. They've gone through, obviously, they turned around when ISIS attacked Mosul and left. So the challenge they have now, and we have in training that military brigade at the brigade level, and that's where we are. We're at the brigade level with all of these forces, with trainers. It goes, and these are things you all know about, but just the idea of having a medevac units that can assure the Iraqi forces that within an hour of an incident occurring, they could be evacuated and taken into a medical situation. Those are things that they have not had in the Iraqi military. So fixed-wing airplanes, getting supplies, moving around the theater, all the things that the Iraqis have not really had, we are supplying. And the assist mission is very aggressive. It's very robust. We're dealing, obviously, on the ground in Iraq with, on the intelligence side, we were able to see attacks on ISIS convoys on a video screen. It's just the most amazing thing, targeted and then ordered from Fort Bragg, and then obviously executed on a road somewhere in northern Iraq or Syria. So we have the ability, the technology to do the job. America needs to support them, and Congress needs to support this effort. We need to pass a resolution that clearly gives to our troops. I was on a C-130 flying up the Persian Gulf over, you've probably been to all these places, General, up the Straits of Hormuz. I'm up at the cockpit looking out to my right, and lights on the right, and I said to the navigator, what is that exactly? Where are we exactly? So we're 12 miles from Iran. I said, well, we're probably not going to continue on that route, are we? We're going to turn to the left. We're going to turn to the left, but these guys are great. And I asked him, what do you need? What do you need from us? He said, please just pass a resolution and stop the politics. Pass a resolution so that we know that the Congress and the President are behind our efforts, and we really need to do that. And that's got to be the first order of business. And a clear resolution of Congress that says that our mission is to destroy ISIS in an assist role, and so that's the message that I got back. We did have an opportunity. There's some good positive things happening. Clearly, we had a chance to visit with King Abdullah, the King of Jordan, the Hashemite king. His dad, of course, King Hussein, was a fighter pilot, and as is King Abdullah. We met with him for about an hour, and he has such a positive message to tell, and that is that I am going to reach out, the king, reach out to others in the area and find those countries that are willing to be exactly on course with him to destroy ISIS. And he has a strategy which he calls Fort Apache, and to him that means going out into the Syrian desert, putting a flag in the ground, and drawing the enemy out, and then destroying them. The Jordanian Air Force is flying every day, of course, with the American support, U.S. support, and they continue to do that. And the King has been reaching out to the Saudis, who've been reluctant partners, the Qataris, who've been reluctant, somewhat reluctant, and reaching out to others, President of Egypt, to develop and frame out this force that hopefully will be successful, not hopefully, will be successful in Iraq and Syria. his message was, look, we need to change this. He's a Kurd. His first order of business is to try to bring the Sunnis back in to get rid of the de-Baathification laws that alienated so many Sunnis and quite frankly may have pushed many of them over into the ISIS camp. So being able to do that is courageous on his part, but he's doing it, and he's reaching out to Sunnis. He's working hand in glove with our military, as is the Secretary of Defense, or the Defense Minister of Iraq. Again, someone who's brand new, who's making the kind of changes militarily that need to be made to be ready for the attack on ISIS. They call, and our military refers to the enemy as Daesh. They don't even use the word ISIS because clearly, as King Abdullah has said, look, this is a distortion of Islam. These people who hide behind the Islamic brand are not following the tenets of true Islam. And so our military and certainly the Arab states and the officials all refer to the enemy as Daesh, which is